first pass, first snow, first day. I started out actually really grumpy. I didn't start until midday because I wasn't packed, and then just as I was leaving, I forgot my socks. Seriously. So I just had an old pair of socks in the van, and that's all I've got until I get to Banff, which is like 500 kilometers away. So I'm just kind of grumpy about that situation. But getting up to the snow line, getting over my first mountain pass with plenty of daylight, I guess it's cheering me up a little bit. Can't be that bad, look around ya.
I was so excited to get back to adventure. Ahead of me lay nearly 1,000 kilometers of Rocky Mountain backcountry, my 5th range in my global project. But when I got to the start, a knot appeared in my stomach. Was I really going to be okay on my own out there?
This is my 6th summit today. I just feel like there's no need for that.
The Rockies are my home range. I hadn't been back in over a decade, but they are imprinted on my mind and my heart. Going back into a big solo adventure felt like a return to normality for me. Living out of my backpack and sleeping in a bivvy between big mountains has become one of the most stable pillars of my life. And it was a relief to feel like I knew what was going on for the first time in 2020.
I would say 85% positive that I was traveling north, but apparently I'm traveling east, which is like not where I want to go. I guess I turn around. Not really happy about this.
For the first time ever, I wasn't sure I could handle more isolation. In the Canadian backcountry, I would hardly see anyone. No phone signal, no connection to any humans.
Oh, hello. Hi. Really hard to rush myself out here.
I doubted myself and struggled against my body and mind. Even in my favorite place on earth, doing my favorite activity, I couldn't shake the dark cloud looming over me. Never have I questioned myself and my choices more. What was I doing out here all alone? Why did I think I could do this? What's wrong with me?
I feel like these might be the hardest mountains, and I shouldn't be surprised because they're the only ones I actually knew before I tried. But like, I just feel destroyed.
The beauty of the Rockies is insane. I've been around the world in search of new mountains, and it was a great confirmation to come back and realize they really are some of the finest around. They were like tonic to my heart, stoic in the craziness that was gripping the human world.
I feel like this bit of trail is punching me in the face constantly. Today is like an obstacle course. There's so many fallen trees. Just go over and under, scratch your legs on all of them. It's taking forever. Just absolutely busted my tail to get up to this hut, to get out of the storm. Oh, I'm absolutely destroyed from doing that. And the hut is locked, which is a shame because it looks super posh. But I'm gonna sit here, look at a glacier, watch the storm. I think I can see blue sky out there, so I'll just wait for that and then, yeah. I literally think this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been on earth. Exciting news! I just reached the border of Jasper, which is the last park I have to go through. It's just past 8 p.m. Had a bit of a disaster day get here. Did my first pass today at 8 a.m. so in 12 hours I think I've only gone something like 40 kilometers, so it's been really gnarly. So getting to Jasper is a good sign because the trails should be quite nice because it's a national park. So hopefully I can scoot it out to the finish. Let's go!
After a couple weeks of doubting myself, my body began to adapt to the challenge, and I think my mind soon followed. It took longer than it usually does for me to reach the point of harmony, where a challenge starts to feel natural, and I know it's the only place I'd rather be. But I got there eventually. I just needed to have a little faith in the mountains that they would sort me out. They always do.
It's the middle of summer in the Canadian Rockies, and I am wearing everything I own, which considers 2 fleeces, down jacket, Gore-Tex, and this path is completely washed out with snow melt, and I haven't been able to feel my feet for 2 days. Progress is really slow, and I am freezing.
That's not to say things ever got easy. In the final week, the summer heat finally arrived to the Rockies, and as the snow melted rapidly off the peaks, the river crossing started getting really sketchy. And then there was the sketchiest one.
This is the most kiss the ground moment I think I've ever had. The bridge got washed out and I had to, it was like chest deep, and it's obviously glacial runoff, so I'm like fucking cold. I never thought I'd get across this river. I was literally getting so close to calling for help or turning back for 3 days. Oh, look at me shake. Fuck. Mosquitoes tonight are literally the worst I've ever experienced in my whole life. It's after 10 o'clock and there's no chance. Ow. Oof. And there's no chance I can stop until they go to bed. They're literally swarming me, and they bite my hand. And there's no trail, so I can't, I can't go any faster. So I'm just kind of stuck in this cloud and really not loving it right now.
Weirdly, those hard moments brought me back. I had to fight to keep going, and to fight, I had to be present. Once I came into focus, I was overwhelmed with gratitude and awe for the place I was in. The final days were some of the best I've ever had. There's no finish line, no pole in the ground or tape to snap, and it's hard to know where the stopping point is. When I reached the final mountains of the Rockies, the peace that I'd been desperately running to find for 25 days finally washed over me, and I knew I got everything I came here for. I felt overwhelmingly lucky to be where I was and be who I am. I returned to the real world, still in the heavy grips of a pandemic, feeling stronger, healthier, calmer, happier, and filled up with gratitude.